Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video. This is essentially the part 2 to the male loneliness epidemic, the video from by Shoeonhead. Yeah, this is essentially part 2. Apparently well, there were a lot of interesting responses about this. But yeah, let's take a look at this. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. It would be a huge help to this channel. Also, consider liking the video. Let's get into it.
That's some tiny audio, just let's get into it.
Loneliness epidemic. If you haven't watched that video, please go watch it first before you watch this one, so this all makes a lot more sense, and then come back to this one. Link in the description. Now, although there was a lot of support for this video, there was also a lot of hate. A lot of hate.
I can tell probably that it was a lot of hate. It probably was a lot of hate
that I've probably ever received on a video ever, and if you're familiar with the content I make on this channel, that should be shocking. From angry femcells calling me ugly to angry incels saying I'm a grifter who only wants to make money or something. Ridiculous. So before we get into those extremely untrue criticisms,
the sponsor, as usual.
Today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Ridge Wallet. Ridge Wallets are high-quality, minimalist wallets that can hold up to 12 cards, plus extra room for all that cash you don't have. They're made with RFID blocking technology, which protects you from digital pickpockets, ensuring that you have the perfect blend of style and security. Their products come in over 30 different colors and styles, including carbon fiber, gunmetal, and matte olive. I'm still on my Barbie arc, so my personal favorite is the flamingo pink. They also offer matching key.
What was that weird ass filter?
Keep your keys from jingling. So you can instead get your jingling key entertainment from Shoeonhead videos, of course. Ridge has over 50,000 5-star reviews, and they're so confident that you'll love their product that you can try them out for 99 days, and if you don't like them, you can return them for a complete refund. They're also currently running a giveaway. You can enter to win a new Ford Bronco or $75,000. Wait, what? I'm gonna enter this. So head over to ridge.com/shoe or click the link down below and enter code SHOE at checkout to get 10% off your purchase, as well as 10 bonus entries to the giveaway. Big thanks to Ridge for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. You didn't skip the ad, right? I can always really count on you for not
I didn't do anything!
Right? Now let's get back to the video. Men are lacking purpose, and a man will crawl through broken glass for a purpose.
And there's a lot of truth to what you're saying there.
That even went to Matt Walsh? That is wild.
The video has 1.5 million views in just the last week.
Thanks, Matt Walsh. You're my greatest ally. My male loneliness video was the fastest growing video on my channel.
Oh, that's wild.
And there is a reason for that. It resonated with a lot of people. I got hundreds of comments every single day by men venting in my comment section, feeling like for once they were being heard and that they were in a place where they could talk. It was simultaneously the most heartwarming and heartbreaking thing I've ever seen. And this discussion blew up so much that it eventually reached TikTok.
This cannot end well.
There's a male loneliness epidemic right now.
Aww. Is this the consequences of your own actions? Men get recognized for the useless things that they are in society. And what do men do? Oh my god, I'm lonely!
Is there a male loneliness epidemic right now, or are more and more women just progressively realizing that there's a lot better things to do in life than be stuck with a toxic, insecure man?
I don't think we're in the middle of a male loneliness epidemic. We're in the middle of a mass female awakening.
Yeah,
just
the mass female awakening
of your terrible upbringing, your own actions.
Some men are.
Guess who raises those men in this case? You. Seems like not the boys are the problem, but the mothers.
Lonely? Because y'all are fucking creeps.
They all deserve to be lonely, every single one of them. This is their fault. Fuck them.
Red flag septum piercing. Disappear.
Men's loneliness epidemic that's going on. That sounds like it really sucks. Just wondering if they've considered smiling more.
Oh no, not the smiling more joke.
I've never heard that before.
Really original.
Have you just tried smiling a little bit more?
You know, I'd recommend.
You look like a man.
Have they tried smiling more? Have you thought about smiling more?
Maybe they should smile more.
Maybe they should
They
try
should
to smile
probably
more.
take
Have they
their
tried
own
smiling
advice.
more? That's awful. Have they tried smiling?
Is this why people think women
No, women are not funny. I know exactly what you wanted to say. They should probably take their own advice, because they don't seem like
funny?
smiling a lot.
bleak? Now, TikTok isn't the only place where this insanity
Women can be funny.
happened. The thumbnail
Not
of
Amy
my
Schumer,
video
though.
went viral on Twitter, which led to some of the most funniest and unhinged reactions.
Oh
we are
god,
going to
this is
go
gonna
through
be
some of
really
these
funny.
and talk about them, as well as some of the angry comments I got from the Manosphere. Let's jump into it.
That's the white monster
Male
still.
loneliness is not real and not valid. Men are lonely because they are terrible people. Why
Okay.
the f should anyone have empathy for men? Men
Okay.
were born bad.
Okay.
Men are subhuman, and their loneliness can't be cured because they can't relate to actual human beings. Most
the
men
fuck?
are born useless and are meant to die alone. Nah, male suicide rate needs to be higher, actually. These men are 100% the most misogynistic demons on the planet and deserve every bit of loneliness they feel. LOL. You don't understand the pleasure it gives me to see these men crying and depressed. Imagine losing in the world that is literally built for you.
Yeah, the world is literally built for us. Oh, by the way, in an accident, in a ship accident, women and children first. The world is built for
This is
us,
an insane question
boys.
to ask, considering how society continues to fail women and girls at every turn. Crazy how men's well-being is considered a communal responsibility, but
We're talking all the time about women. The only time we talk about men is when we talk about how bad we are. Which is not true, obviously, but if you eat up propaganda like this,
women's well-being
you will believe
isn't even
everything.
considered. Oh,
And
how
anything.
delightful! A tweet from Earth 2! I'm so tired of
Another
the
planet.
idea that we must have infinite empathy for men's loneliness while women are sexualized from fucking birth. We are
Have you seen a men's magazine? Those are some unrealistic body standards.
assaulted, harassed, raped, and killed for something we didn't choose to be. But
We also get assaulted, harassed, raped, and killed for something we didn't choose to be. That's because everyone receives that treatment. Or can receive that treatment. Gender does not matter. Especially since, men are getting more assaulted than women.
boo-hoo, the poor men and their inability to make friends. You know we can talk about multiple things at the same time, right? Also,
We know that. They do not.
it's deranged to say
I'm pausing
that
a lot
society
again,
doesn't
but
care about women's
I want to
sexual-
respond to
We
retards.
have domestic violence shelters that we can go to. Men don't.
Nope.
Men being assaulted by
If
women,
I get my ass
men
beat
being
by a
raped
woman,
is
I'll get my
played
ass
off as
beat
a
by
joke. When a little
a
boy
woman
is
in my life.
assaulted by an older woman,
I
it's
cannot
seen
run
as
away.
Cool and hot. Society is fucked up all
Mm-hmm.
around. It's not a competition. It is not a zero-sum game.
What was it? The Victimhood Olympics.
My video can exist alongside your advocacy for women's rights. As long as you're not saying dumb fucking shit, I will stay
What
out of
rights?
your way.
Women
I
have
don't give
all
a fuck
rights.
about male loneliness. Like, bro, if you can't meet a girl, just dial up the queer homie and hook up like a normal person. God. If men are lonely on an epidemic scale, why don't they just cuddle and make out with each other? Why
What
don't
the
they just
fuck?
befriend and date each other? Problem solved. I love this advice. Just be gay.
And men would still be more happy, cause fun fact for you. If women did the same, they had around 75% divorce rate. Gay men don't have that. Gay men are the most successful relationships, in fact. Ding ding!
Simply become gay. Are you a lonely man? Are you a fucking loser? Consider sucking dick. Tell me
Nah, I'm
why
good.
I, as a queer woman, should take time out of my day to care about men and their issues.
I said in the last video, I think, when I reacted to the other one. Why should I care about disabled people? I, as a fully functional human, Why should I care about the disabled people? Why should I care about black people? I don't experience the same racism as black people. I experience racism, yeah, but it's not the exact same. I don't care. I shouldn't care about women's rights. I'm not a woman. Why should I care about abortion? I can't abort a baby. I don't care. Also, why is it that LGBTQ people and black people use normalized dehumanizing terms? For LGBTQ people, it's queer, and for black people, it's the N-word. Why do you use that word? You shouldn't use that word, period.
Quickly.
Either of those. Because they are slurs. Both of them.
People? Why talk about unions or workers' rights when I'm self-employed? If I only cared about causes that only affected me, I wouldn't even have a YouTube channel. I mean, yes, you don't have to care. You don't have to care about everything. But it doesn't affect me, so why should I care is just a terrible reason not to care. There's no such thing as misandry, just women who have had bad experiences with men and have woken up. There's no such thing as racism, just white people who have had bad experiences with black people.
That is technically, like, on a... how to put this without it sounding weird? That is technically correct. That is technically correct. That is how racism can form. Not that it is okay, it is not, but that's technically correct. Technically.
That's you. That's what you sound like. Can't stand this sort of pathetic pity party. We live in a time of abject plenty compared to any other time in history.
Yeah, just buy a bunch of stuff, plastic and
shit from China. Line goes up, world more gooder. Male loneliness epidemic, and it's just them not being able to get laid. Like, we really don't give a fuck. I love how this is always the go-to when—
Intimacy, little bro. Intimacy. Cuddling, holding hands, coming back home to somebody. Somebody who loves you, somebody who appreciates you, somebody you can provide for. I don't even know what to say, really. Like, how can you be so hyper-focused on sexual things? It is I can barely comprehend that.
When it comes to this conversation, oh no, the men aren't getting laid. But if you, like, actually talk to some of these guys, like, even if you talk to some of these incels, the ones who, like, don't hate women, they're gonna tell you that it's not really about—
The ones that do hate women also originally wanted that, but they eventually got so deep in the hole into this hole that they now despise women.
About sex. It's about companionship. It's about friendship. It's about having a girlfriend, a wife, a family. And a lot of these people were like,
exactly.
well, you know, that's why we should just legalize sex work. And honestly,
I'm gonna say it out loud. I dislike any kind of sex work. I dislike any kind of pornographic material. I don't care. If you do those things, do those things. But I will not be around you, I will not interact with you, I will avoid you at all costs. You can do it. But I will criticize you for it whenever I can.
honestly, I don't think that's a solution. Maybe it's like a temporary one, but it's kind of like putting a band-aid on a broken leg.
It's like putting a small band-aid on a 3 kilometer wide wound.
I don't think paying for meaningless sex with a stranger is going to solve the problem. In fact, it might make it worse over time. Instead of male loneliness epidemic, call it a cis male unfucking—
Because it could turn into more and more men paying for this, which then leads women, which is the same problem why we have so many OnlyFans girls, because men pay for it, which then leads women to turn into sex workers. We are already doing it. It's just not physical, it's digitally, but we are already on that path, which is scary, because we have women out there here in the West that say they needed to do this. That's interesting. Tell that an African mother who has to sell her body to support her children. You don't need to do this. You chose to do this.
Crisis. It's just like what I said in the video. They have to add cis now because they don't want to insult trans men.
Cis is a slur because it is used always with negative connotation.
Men suck! I hate them! Oh, not you! You're not a man. Yikes!
Transphobia.
When they stop killing women,
Ding ding.
I'll stop generalizing them. Maybe I'll start worrying about their loneliness when they stop unaliving and raping children and women.
Newsflash! Women are more likely to unalive, to gay men, children. They are also more likely to abuse children. Interesting.
Yeah, lonely guys, stop raping children, and maybe you won't be so lonely. What's all this hubbub about male loneliness? Y'all are acting like you're oppressed when I've opened myself up to friendships and relationships with you just to get told I have sucking eyes.
That is oddly specific, and first of all, maybe it's not the men that are the majority of men that are the problem, but the men that you surround yourself with. You can't complain about shitty people and then surround yourself with shitty people. I guess misery loves company, I guess.
That is hyper-specific. Not everyone is your ex-boyfriend. All of men's problems are created by themselves. How is it women's responsibility to fix them? Seriously, why is it always women's job to fix everything? Any chance to blame other—
Aren't men running society? Like in the jobs that are necessary for like society to function? Aren't men the fixers? Because remember, when women have a problem, they like to talk about it. They don't necessarily want a solution. When men have a problem, they go into their so-called cave, where they think about their problem and come out of this cave when they have a solution.
women she seems to always take. LMAO, you are the problem. It's you carrying water for the patriarchy and blaming women for men feeling lonely.
There's no
and
patriarchy.
radicalized. I find it repulsive anytime I see a woman like her do shit like this. It makes me actively turn violently against things that even I would originally think are nuanced topics. And also, yes, men are lonely. No, it's not up to women to fix that. Fuck off, Nazi bitch.
Nazi is when we should take male loneliness more into our focus. That is Nazi.
Things I blamed in the video. Technology, social media, dating apps, and the commodification of love. The media, low wages, the housing crisis, social alienation, lack of community, the left not speaking to men, the feeling of having no purpose. Things I didn't blame.
Women.
Now this might come as a shock to you, but not everything has to do with women. Sometimes we can talk about other things.
How can I make it
Sometimes
about
those
me?
other things are not women. My video was about society as a whole, and yes, that includes women. I never said it was women's responsibility. I think
It
I
is
mentioned
not.
women like once, and it was to say that women are also
But you can help.
lonely, but that the media and society treats women's loneliness much differently than it treats men's loneliness.
Pretty
And
much,
we had
yeah.
Thousands of tweets and comments about how I was apparently blaming women, and how it's not women's fault. It's to the point where I'm like, is this projection? Do you think it is your fault? But again, my video was not about you. My video was
Maybe
about
it
men.
is
And if you want
projection.
to listen to a video about women,
Just
and
like the
women's problems,
men just want to get laid, which is why they are lonely. Is that projection? Because you can only get laid and not actually get a boyfriend, a husband. Somebody
like I
treat
said
you
in
well.
the original video, tune into literally anything else. Go to any college campus, turn on any TV show, watch a CIA ad. She's so embarrassing, made an entire career out of being a pick-me. You didn't watch the video. And I'm not going to. Well, I didn't watch the video because I'd rather shoot myself than sit through a shoe video.
Do it.
Take one for the team and watch this vid to get an answer. I'm sorry, but it was a 20-minute long video. I have ADHD, and I know some of y'all do too, but I know you motherfuckers are watching 5-hour YouTube documentaries about shit like iCarly. I know you could take time out of your
video
busy
essays.
schedule
I love
from
video
being the most
essays.
miserable people on earth and watch a 20-minute long video. Here, does this help? Are you paying attention now? She doesn't need to say it's women's fault for us to know exactly what she means. This is like bordering on schizophrenia. Yeah, she didn't say it, but we all know she did. This is why I advocate for mental health care to be free.
The white
We need
monster
to get
again.
through some therapy. Male loneliness this, male loneliness that. Do you know how isolating it feels to almost never be able to develop genuine friendships with men because they see you as nothing more than an object for sexual conquest? I'm gonna tell you something not many people probably have told you in your life. It's not about you. I get that the friend zone is a very frustrating thing to deal with. Trust me, I know. Nothing worse than enjoying being friends with a guy, but not having a romantic attraction and having to cut him off because you don't want to lead him on or hurt him. It sucks being girlfriend zoned. But coming into this conversation, basically like, woe is me, so many people want to fuck me, is a little insane. Like, maybe if this discourse was about the friend zone, this would make sense. But this is like barging into a conversation full of starving people and
How do I put this? When I develop feelings for a girl, and she doesn't like me in that way, what I do is, she does not need to cut me off. I will cut her off. Because it's going to be damaging for both of us. You may not like this, but it happens, and in my opinion, that is the best solution to that problem.
being like, I ate too much chicken tendies, you guys, my tummy hurts. Like, get out of here. Women got sick of men creating a society where women were second-class citizens, so now men are facing loneliness.
She says that, yet it is men who are, well, treated as second-class citizens in almost every aspect, because remember, we are replaceable. We are treated as disposable. In court, we are treated as second-class citizens. In society, we are treated as second-class parents.
Yes. Yeah, this is payback to you for not letting women vote decades ago. You personally. Men failed themselves. They built a whole system for their benefit, and in the moment it starts to crumble because the oppressed class they've always subjected, women, is waking up. They start to put the blame on us. Cowards and dangerous misogynists. So first of all, nobody's putting the blame on you. Nobody did that. I didn't do that. You made that up in your heads. And second of all, this system wasn't created for the average man. It was created for the rich and powerful. It benefits the rich and powerful.
Which can also be women. Ursula von der Leyen, for example, here in Europe.
They have their boots
A bunch of queens
and the handmaidens are
in
like,
the
they look
like
kind of sad.
older times.
I'm sorry, who has their boot on your neck? All men? You know who has their boot on your neck? These satanic pedophiles in charge of our government. These soulless demonic corporations that would throw your mother into a wood chipper if it made them make an extra penny. That's who has the boot on your neck. Not Joe Schmo working 2 jobs so he doesn't get evicted. Here's some male loneliness discourse for you. Do you ever at all, even for a second, consider the problem is you? That maybe, just maybe, the reason you're lonely is that you are an awful human being, truly just awful, and that it's right that you are lonely?
That'd be an awful amount of
consider that. The suicide rate doesn't lie. Maybe if some men were bigots, The solution to male loneliness is literally just being a better person. I love that the implication here is that lonely people are bad people. Every lonely man is just a bigot and a racist and an Andrew Tate fan. I guess it makes it easier for them to like not care about this if they paint these people as the enemy. If you dehumanize the enemy, it makes it easier to sleep at night, I suppose. Now, I started noticing a reoccurring pattern with a lot of these accounts. A lot of these accounts getting mad about or like dismissing the male loneliness discourse. Many of them have OnlyFans. This is relevant because like out of everyone on earth.
Really? 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 You're attacking your customers? If you have subscribed to an OnlyFans, quit it now. Like, dear God, it's like really funny. These people essentially shit on their customers. Cause guess who the people are that subscribe to those things? They're lonely men. They're also pathetic in my opinion, but they're still lonely men. I just can't with these people.
Why would those people be so mad about someone wanting to solve or at least bring attention to the male loneliness epidemic? This is like a crack dealer getting mad at people talking about crack addiction. This is your opinion, and this is where it belongs. Have a good day.
Opinion discarded.
Okay? I'm a YouTuber. That's far more degrading than being an OnlyFans model. Her face looks like she's pandering.
That makeup
style is so catered to pedos. They're actively trying to make themselves look like.
So what will we have recently? The eyes of consent, the face of consent, the height of consent, and now we have the makeup of consent. Insanity.
It's
mental illness.
Children, notorious for wearing big fake eyelashes and 10 pounds of eyeliner. What? Can't stand this bitch and her side part. Bitches with this makeup style piss me the fuck off. They always wear that type of makeup. Looking at her makeup, I already know the type of person she is. You can just tell by her makeup. Not to be rude, but
are these the same people that say that you can tell who somebody is by their sign? Huh? These are definitely the same people that believe in astrology.
That makeup tells everything I need to know. Her makeup says everything I need to know. This is literal NPC behavior. Not watching the video, blindly spewing the exact
what the hell? Just what the hell?
Just, I have no argument and I must scream. They don't even know why they're mad. They just saw a woman in the thumbnail of a video.
I'm just mad because I'm mad.
And their brains just broke. Her
oh God.
Doesn't look like ours. Her hair is styled differently than ours. Should I be like extra cute in this thumbnail? Would that piss them off?
I'm not like other girls.
Why do we hate her again? Guys, why do we hate this person again? Can't form my own opinion, help. Why do we hate her? Why do all
These sound like the people that criticize Tectone. These are the same arguments. Like, there was like this post on Reddit about Tectone, like, who is this Tectone guy? Is he okay? Should we hate him?
incel-adjacent women look like
NPCs.
When you're a woman
literal
talking
NPCs.
About men's issues online, and they can't outright call you an incel, they just call you incel-adjacent, I guess. And when they're not calling you incel-adjacent, they're breaking out all reliable pick-me behavior. Pick-me girls are so... CEO of Pick-me, High Priestess of Pick-me Church. So I am the CEO of Pick-me, and the High Priestess. Maybe this video will boost me to Pick Me Goddess. Watch out, Pearl. I'm coming for your title. Now, I've already talked about the Pick Me insult in other videos.
Just Pearly things is also lazy, pathetic in my opinion.
I'm so tired of it. I've been hearing
She's
it
like
for
the other
over a
extreme
decade now. And yes, there are people who absolutely do fit the definition of a Pick Me from both genders. Men who talk about how much they hate men, women who talk about how much they hate women. But I don't hate women. My mom is a woman. My sister is a woman. My friends are women. women. I am a woman. I can't be women-phobic. I have women friends. But the insult is just so beyond overused.
I can't be
nowadays.
racist. I have
Every
black
woman who doesn't
friends.
toe the current line is a pick-me. It's just a way to socially ostracize other women, to make you fall in line and agree with their opinions. But it's not going to work here, because I am socially retarded and borderline autistic. So you have
Socially retarded? Sure. Autistic? Nah.
no
I don't behave like Kirsche. At least I think so. Undiagnosed
not my boyfriend.
autism.
I hope this bitch fails to wake up in the morning. Her terrorism still hasn't stopped. Oh my god.
What the hell?
She's still relevant? She should have went down with her anti-feminism shtick a few years ago. I thought she would have fell off by now. If you want to know how I didn't fall off, if you want to know how I'm still relevant after 10 years,
It's because of them.
look in a f***ing mirror. You stop being cringe, I stop being relevant. Deal? Fun fact, she reached out to incel accounts for help with this video. No, I'm not kidding. Well, yeah, it's good to go to the source and talk to the people who have experience with.
That's the interesting part. They are incapable of talking to the other side. Which is why the left will always fail. In most parts, because they are incapable of talking to their political opponents. Funny, huh?
The subject I'm talking about, I'm not.
Well, obviously there are people on the right who do the same, like, clearly. There are a few. I'd say it's about equal.
Lonely, and I'm not a man, despite what the mainstream
But like
media
in
may say.
the
I do not,
man
in fact,
topic,
have a penis. Do not put in the paper.
it's much
that I
more
have a
difficult for the
penis.
left to appeal.
Scour the internet for weird video to show you, and the other day we came across this.
Shoeonhead has a penis.
The problem is, Shoe just affirms them instead of converting them. Converting them to what? This is exactly the thing I talked about in my video. These people don't want to actually help men. They just want to recruit them into their little political tribe.
Little foot soldiers.
Agreed with me politically? I was gonna say yes, but honestly, that would be a little horrifying.
I'm on
That would
neither
be a very
political
scary
side.
world. My
That's
goal
the great
wasn't
part.
to convert men to
You both
agree
suck.
with me politically. My goal was just to bring attention to this issue and put a spotlight on it. It is cool when people tell me, oh, like, you've changed my mind on this, you've changed my mind on that. I love that. I love to see that. I was unaware that was my job. My job is to get on YouTube and say poo poo pee pee, and everyone
yapping.
Go, ha, 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 ha,
Yep,
and give
it's
me
yapping.
money. But in
That
this
is your
case,
job.
It was for me to go, hey, the men are not
Just like my
okay,
job
and
is
for
yapping
people to
as well.
go, damn, that sucks. And give me money. PragerU is sharing Shoeonhead's video now. Explain to me how she's still a leftist. I personally think it's a good thing when people agree on good things. There should be more people.
Remember, if you don't agree with me, you are my enemy. This goes not just for the right. This this is just this does not just go for the left. This also goes for the right. I hate that mentality, especially since you can be on the left but not agree with some leftist ideas, especially if they are very radical. That is called the brain. Having a brain. Same goes for the right.
Agreeing
Ridiculous
on
people.
good things, quite frankly. I feel like a lot of good things would be
This is
done.
why you refer to these people as pseudo-leftists, because that's exactly what they are. They think they are leftists, but they're not really.
In this country, if more people agreed on good things. And I don't know, I think it's pretty neat that this might be the first and last time a video that talks about alienation under capitalism and
I'm gonna react to it so it keeps continuing to grow
to a massive right-wing
as
audience
well.
like PragerU. But hey, don't worry your little heart. This will never happen.
The white monster
to a
again.
left-wing
My
YouTuber
personal
you
enemy.
watch. The internet feminists weren't the only ones booty blasted about my video.
Now it's gonna
I
get
also
interesting
rustled
also.
Jimmy
Like, we
for
heard the same
summoning
rhetoric
Manosphere.
from, like...
You just want more OnlyFans subscribers. You don't care about male loneliness. She's actually a man dressed up.
Well, some women actually do this. There are a lot of women on TikTok that do this, where they have like, I know your man's secret, and then they start to yap, and then you look into their Instagram, and there it is, the infamous link to their website.
That's why she or he is there speaking about men's issues. Fellas, protect your sanity, your seed, and your wallet in these current times. These women are shapeshifters. This chick is gonna hit the wall in 10 years. That's why she cares about male loneliness. She sees many cats that are—
Isn't she married?
Back on the plantation, gentlemen. Hold the line. I don't really understand what the—
Isn't she married?
Here in general
at this point?
Like I'm just talking about a subject I found important and interesting, like I've been doing on this channel, and these guys are like, stay strong, brothers, don't give in to temptation. Why are we listening to women about male loneliness? Plenty of male figures discussing this. Honestly, I'm gonna say it, SJW behavior, liberal behavior, woman behavior, to imply that I should speak or be listened to about
that is wild. It is the exact opposite. Women saying you cannot argue about women topics because you are not a woman. They are using the exact same argument. I don't need to be disabled to talk about disabled people. That's not the same.
Can talk about anything they want. That's free speech, bit. You don't have to listen. You can make your own video talking about the subject, Mr. Man, but you know they're just gonna call you sexist and misogynist, so you might as well just use me as a human shield. It's not that she's a woman or cares, she's the kind of person who will only talk about an issue because it's popular. Women suddenly want to help men, but only because it benefits them and their causes.
Well, now not only are conservative women talking about it, but also the left. This is the problem with the women.
Tectone. If he didn't have a gotcha addiction.
That decide to come forward and speak about men's issues. They don't care about men's issues. You must ask the question. Now that they're coming around and talking about men's issues, is it to help men or to win men into their cause?
So first of all, let me
Ugh.
just clear something up, because some of you—
That's disgusting.
seem a bit
I hate that
confused.
sound of
I
like
started talking about these subjects 10
hands,
years ago,
fingers
way
cracking.
back
Ugh.
before it was popular to do so.
Minus
Back when I was
2000
doxed,
aura.
harassed, had angry feminists calling my—
Remember, Shoeonhead did this before the Manosphere even got that popular, before the Red Pill even got that popular. She did that.
job and trying to get me fired over mocking pop feminism and talking about men's issues. And a lot of these people coming at me now, telling me I'm jumping on a bandwagon, started like 2 or 3 years ago, when it was safe to do so. So with all due respect, sir,
stay out of my territory.
But in full seriousness, it is good when more people talk about this subject. I'm glad you talk about this. I'm glad there are people like the honey badgers who have been talking about this stuff for a very long time. This girl is a fake who wants every man to be a castrated beta male feminist commie like her boyfriend probably is. She takes advantage of men like this. Do not listen to her. Lefty women want to help men become good feminists who devote their lives to helping women have all the power so they can make men their servants. Basically, we need to help men destroy men. That's the only way men should be helped. We women said so. Shoeonhead. Real quote, never trust a woman, even if they are saying the truth. It's so weird how, like, they need to convince themselves that even when a woman is showing empathy and, like, caring about this subject, that she's just, like, a lying snake in the grass. Literally just a mirror universe of these fucking femcells. It's mommy and daddy issues all the way down. Ladies, be a good mom to your sons. Fellas, be a good dad to your daughters. Try to prevent creating the most insufferable, annoying people on earth, please. I don't know if it's because I grew up with a good relationship with both of my parents or what, but this gender war shit
fatherless behavior.
So toxic, man. Men and women need each other, you know, we're yin and yang, and the yin and yang is being torn apart by miserable people.
It's already torn apart.
As well. One of the most valid criticisms I got about this video was that I didn't offer any solutions. And honestly, that's because I don't have any. I wanted to talk about the problem.
Yeah, there is no like good solution to this. Like, not a...
We'll get up on their platform and like pretend they know the answers to everything. But the truth is, I don't. I just think that it's a step in the right direction to be like, hey men, you're struggling, but
Bad
you're
weather.
not a bad person.
Love to see it.
You matter. And if I could snap my fingers and cure this, I absolutely would. But at the end of the day,
Me too.
men are men. And man problems require man solutions. And that solution, of course, is giving me money. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm reading the
Send me your
comments on that
PayPal link.
video
I'll send
all
you
the
1,000.
time, and I will read the comments on this video as well. If you see some people talking about their experiences and venting about their issues and their problems in the comments, reply to them, support them, join in on the discourse. The Shoeonhead community is a very diverse community. Not like race-wise, I'm pretty sure you're all fucking white, but like like politically diverse. But we can all come together to talk about the issues that matter, and I think that's
I bet
really
she
cool.
has like a
Would love to
90%
see.
like...
And I will see you in the next
like male viewer rate. Hello to my 6% of female viewers. I hope you're doing great. There is no solution to like the male loneliness problem. It's like smaller, like individual problem that create this big problem. And when we solve these smaller problems, we can eventually like break away parts of the big problem. That's at least what I think. Low wages, housing crisis. Well, the housing crisis would be easily fixed if we beat the shit out of the rich people for gatekeeping, like building houses, which they do. They gatekeep that. The government gatekeeps that. The wage problem is rather difficult to solve because we are in like a weird problem. Women like men who, well, get equal or more money than them. However, we have more and more women that out-earn men, which then brings, lets the dynamic collapse. So that one is also weird. Dating apps, guys, just don't use dating apps. Delete them. They're a waste of time. You will not find the wife there. Social alienation is also an issue. We are the most connected, yet most isolated society. It's like a whole lot of problems, and I have many have no idea how to fix those. Because again, as we need to fix those as a society. One person will not be able to fix this. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.